Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to apply some techniques that the Chainsmokers use in their music. It's not a tutorial on how to sound exactly like them or anything, just how to use some techniques that they use and get a similar-ish sound. I'm going to start off by playing a song that, well, not a full song, but a piece that I made, and here it goes.
Should be now or never, while young we live forever, reaching across the yellow line. And if you change your mind forever, cause you think they'll all do better, then you've lost it all over time. So take a deep breath in, cause tonight won't be the same. There's a reason I've been waiting on. Now let it come out slow, feel it taking full control. Let your mind explain the reason why it makes me feel alive. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel alive.
Cool beans. Okay, so the main things that I'm going to go over in this tutorial are the guitar, the drums and the vocal effects, some synths and sidechaining, but that's similar to my last one on Flume, and then the vocal melody and mixing, which is pretty much the main part. But I'll start off with the guitar. So that's just simple enough. That is just two notes on the guitar with loads of reverb on it. Okay, so first of all I plug the guitar into an audio interface, and then I could go to whatever channel I want to record, like for instance this one, and then select IO2 1 would pop up for the first channel. And then I use this plugin here called TH2, which is a really good amp simulator, and generally it's really good, but I only use like one sound, and it starts you off about like here. And I just go up to factory, bank 2, and then go to the weed part of the tweed. And there's loads of reverb here on these two plugins. I left them on full here. And then the acoustic was just like just a little bit of reverb put onto it. I tried to get this one to sound. There's a particular Chainsmokers song. I can't remember which one it is. Let me see. But my song is a bit slower paced, so. Beautiful vocals. And what else is here? There's this weird vocal effect. I'm not really sure what to call that. It's like a group of kids shouting with a phaser effect on it. So I have that here with, again, delay, as you can hear. Reverb. What did I do with the filter? Took out only the low end. That was one thing that I tried to do with this consciously, is add in samples. So as well as that, I also have this vocal sample. And I recorded that in. I don't even know what that is. I think I recorded it in and pitched it up, I would imagine. I actually don't even know what it is. Let me try. Oops. What? How did I do these sounds? I don't know. So maybe I just went into the mic. But yeah. So using those samples with these and the guitar already lines it up for a sort of Chainsmokers-y vibe.
Should be now.
Then as far as the drums go, they're pretty similar to my last video. If you haven't seen it, it's the one on Flume. So if you go in here, and it's hip hop kick 6 and 7. Oh. So if you want to know more about how I mixed the kicks, go to the last video, the Flume one. But I don't think I even put too much on it. Just a filter on both kicks to take out the real low end and then boost the bass a little bit. And then the snare, hats, and So we've got another hip hop snare tree, hip hop snare tree, and this is the shaker. Yeah, to get to the shaker, you go into real drum kits here, and then there you go. So I just turned that down and called it a hi-hat because I'm an idiot. And I also have a snap then, which I think is also in the hip hop section. I really like the hip hop percussion, if you couldn't tell. There. And I like cutting off parts of the kicks when you have two in quick succession. It's cool to actually cut one of them a bit shorter and get that stabby feel. There. Okay, oh yeah, you've also got this as well. And then the piano is a piano that I have from East West Quantum Leaps. Who the f is whistling? Shut up! Okay, then. East West is like really top-notch stuff, but the pianos sound great. You can hear that at the intro on its own anyway. So yeah, the piano, what's the piano do? So that's pretty simple. I like making songs in A minor because it's really easy. I'm actually going to do a tutorial on some simple chord progressions and some basic music theory, just to allow anyone who doesn't really understand chord progressions. So it's starting off on C, and it's going from A minor in the left hand to F, and then to C. And I'm going to do a tutorial on some simple chord progressions and how to make them sound unique, probably in my next video.
You've lost it all over time. So take a deep breath in, 'cause tonight won't be the same. There's a reason I've been waiting on. Now let it come back slow, feel it taking full control. Let your mind explain the reason why it makes me feel alive.
Okay, so we've got this. And that is in silence, so I'll just show you here. The link to the preset will be in the description. It's basically square wave, sine wave, saw wave, and this weird like funky wave with an arpeggiator set to the 16s, the gate down at 42%. That's the main thing really, because it gives it that bit of momentum. And it's also make sure to set the chord, because I think generally it's on up, and you'll get that, which sounds like Stranger Things, which is awesome. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that is also really cool, but if you want to get all the chords, go to chord. And then I've also got some reverb, compression, reverb, delay, EQ. Anyway, preset in the description. And then the chords that it's playing. So I'm going from A minor to C to G to F there. And for that entire section I have, if you can see here, see that line I've automated. I have a MIDI controller here in front of me. If you have a MIDI controller, click this button and then click the knob that you want to automate in your plugin. So like for instance, I just click this and I'm going to move one of the sliders on the keyboard. So you click the thing and then you move the control on the keyboard and it links it up for you. So I'm controlling the cutoff. So you can see here I've got a high cut. So then just to record that in, you click that record button and then you just play. You just click play from the start of your pattern, and once you click play, then you just as it's playing, you draw it in with the controller. Towards the second half of the build up, I have these hi-hats coming in. Let your mind explain the reason why. Yeah, so you get into packs, drums, hats, and then it's the 808 close. To make those quick hat patterns, don't just drag it into your playlist as a sample. Drag it in as an instrument so you can plot it in the piano roll. Let your mind explain the Okay, so at the moment I'm just putting in 16s and I'm turning down the volume of every second one. And to quickly turn down the volume, by the way, if you hold Control and click and drag, you can select them and then just hold Alt and use the mouse wheel. Once they're selected, whichever ones are selected will all change volume, and it's really handy. So here I feel like it would be cool to put in some of the, the quick machine gun-y hats. Nope, not there. There we go. And then let your mind explain the reason why. So basically I'm just thinking of it in my head, and as I play through it I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to have some quick hats there. It's also cool to sometimes have them really short like that. Let your mind explain the reason why. Yeah, you see? That's kind of like what's or not. Oops. Let your mind explain the reason why. It makes there. So that's really cool. That's basically how I do it, and just plotting in, and you don't think about it too much. Just plot in some notes and then put in some really quick notes. So you can see here I have 1, 2. Oh yeah. Okay. So to do those quick ones, you just put in one like that, and then just drag it to be really small. So to drag it really accurately, I'm holding down Alt while clicking, whereas if you don't, it's just going to go in blocks like that and it won't work really. So make it nice and small, and then I'm holding Shift and Alt and I'm clicking. So you hold Alt to move at really small spaces, because now I've let it go. So I'm holding Alt to move it and I'm holding Shift to copy it. So then once I get in 4, you can just hold Control, click, select all of them, oops, and then Shift and Alt again. Cool. So that one sounds good. I'm actually just going to keep that there, just for future use. Cool. I also have some claps coming in there. I think they're, no, that's a snare. Yeah. So I have the snare there, and I have another snare here, yeah, these ones. So I just started building them in for like the last 2 or 3 bars to build it up a little bit. Okay, now do the cool part. It makes me feel makes me feel. As far as samples go, they're all the same, apart from I added in this snare here. That's one that I made, which is a mixture of tom drums, which are kind of pitched up and added a lot of reverb, and just some random percussion. So I might have even, you could even take that, I'd say, and stretch it. So if you added that in, I know it sounds gay, but you can almost kind of see where I'm coming from. Just take in random shit. Okay, well that sounds like ass, but you know, with some more mixing, I'm just trying to do it really quickly here. With some more mixing, you get it. And then now, so we come to the synth. I'll play the bass with it as well. So these are presets, once again in the description, all silent again. Right, so I'm just going to take off. I'll take off the effects for the moment. So the main thing to note here is that it's just it's arpeggiated, so and if you go up here to the envelopes, the attack on A and B is raised a little bit, or else it would just be really stabby, and I didn't want that, so I wanted it to fade in almost like a sidechain. And yeah, so then I put a sidechain kickstart on that, then doing eighths, and a filter taking up some of the noise again, basically. So I'm making this very noisy, and then Camel Crusher to add a bit more distortion. So it's a bit of a mess really, but sounds good. Then other than that, it's basically just the vocals to go through. Oh, for that vocal thing there. So it's the same, I'd say it's the same recorded take that I showed you at the beginning of the video, just with different parts of it pitched up. Also have more guitar in there, but you can't even hear it. I actually forgot it was in there. Yeah, anyway, the vocals then. So the vocals are kind of what really makes it sound changed. Obviously the side chaining and the synth make it sound kind of like the Chainsmokers or their techniques, but the vocals, I in my opinion, are what really sells it. So the melody that I chose, oh yeah, it's in particular in the build-up, it's just, so take a deep breath in, 'cause tonight won't be the same, there's a reason that we're waiting in. It's just really repetitive and really boring, but it just sounds kind of cool anyway. Take a deep breath in, 'cause tonight won't be the same, there's a reason. Okay, so for the vocals, I wanted to make sure that they were quite simple and had a repeating line in it. So this is found in a lot of Chainsmokers songs. Their pre-choruses especially, they just have the same one line repeating over and over again. So I decided to try and replicate something like that, and it ended up really sounding like Chainsmokers, which probably isn't a very good sign for them, but their tunes are good. So anyway, here's the pre-chorus that I have. So take a deep breath in, 'cause tonight won't be the same, there's a reason I've been waiting on, now let it come back slow, feel it taking full. Just over and over again. So the melody is important to the style of the song as well, it's not just the music. So when I'm recording the vocals, I record each part twice and then pan them to get a stereo effect, and then sometimes I'll even I'll put different effects on one of them, kind of maybe even a phone filter, which I'll show you now. But first of all, we have the low part of the pre-chorus recorded twice here, just with the same filters on them, but just panned. So take a deep breath in, 'cause tonight won't be the same, there's a reason I've been waiting. And then what I also did is I sang the same melody up an octave in falsetto. So take a deep breath in, 'cause tonight won't be. And I think I've got a different. Yeah, so I probably started off here with the phone filter, and then this one's probably more normal. Yeah, it's a little bit more stretched out. So, for instance, I have two falsetto tracks here, 1 and 2, and I'll generally put the left to the left a little bit, the right to the right, and on the right one, I'll often start off with this default filter here. So take a deep breath in, 'cause tonight. Sounds kind of cool. So take it. So I think I started off with this one in this track, but I was getting some harsh frequencies, so I kind of just toned it down a little bit. So take a deep breath in, 'cause tonight won't be the same. Yeah, that's basically how I record the vocals. So most of the time I have 4 vocal layers for just one part of the song. And then if there's harmonies, I'd have 2 extra for each harmony. And then on the vocals, I have on the vocal bus up here, I have a few effects, and these are basically just putting a lot of compression on the vocals and a lot of overdrive as well, especially for the drop when it goes makes me feel alive. Yeah, so I put a bit of overdrive on those vocals, and to do that I use Camel Crusher again, and I go to the British clean setting, and I just turn up the tube and the mech just a small bit, but I make sure that I turn on the fat mode and turn the compression down a little bit, but that still is enough to give you a nice bit of grit.
Makes me feel alive.
And then, you know, we've got reverb. Nearly always when I put reverb on vocals, I will take the low cut up. I generally even take it up more than that, but I'll leave it where it is. I feel like it gets very muddy because I generally use a lot of reverb. I probably use too much. It gets muddy if you leave all the low end in, so I generally take it out. And then the bit of delay, as you can hear, compression, and a filter which is turned off. So yeah, so that's it then. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If there's anything that I missed, please leave a comment and let me know, or if you have any questions about anything that I went over a bit too quickly. There's a lot to go through here and I'm trying to get through it quickly, so to make the video short as possible. Yeah, so thanks a lot for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video or if you found it helpful. I've got loads of tutorials coming out soon, so if you're interested in them, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Is it me or is this different than before?